Welcome into another American River College Athletics broadcast brought to you by Stones Radio Networks. Today we have the ARC women's softball team taking on Solano, Game 2. And now with the play-by-play, I give you Mark the Phantom Lowe.
Hello everybody and welcome into Game 2 of the doubleheader between the American River College Beavers and the Solano College Falcons. The Beavers ended Game 1 with a flourish, 8 runs in the bottom of the fifth, capped by a Jordan Wurzer grand slam to 8-run the Falcons, 11-3. Falcons had just come up in the top of the fifth and tied that game at 3-3. And Taylor McKay on the mound for the Beavers in the second game, and we talked to Stones McCoy, who gave us analysis in the first game, and it turned out to be reasonably accurate. So we'll turn to my partner, Stones McCoy, again. Stones, you wanted to see a little bit of bang for your buck. We saw that in the first game, so now Game 2 coming up. And remember, after this game, Beavers are going heavy into conference play, and they're 0-3, so what are they looking for in this one?
Well, I mean, they did what they needed to do. The doubleheader, they took the first game of the this is a conference game, so they took the first game.
This is not a conference game.
This is non-conference game, excuse me. So this is non-conference game. So, I mean, what they need to do is they need to continue to build on that offense that they finished the bottom half of the first game with. As long as they can continue to see good pitches the way they've been seeing them, putting it into play, good things are going to happen for this team.
Yeah, they hit the ball well in that fifth inning. Thank you, Stones McCoy. We'll talk to you again later, but right now we're going to get started here with Game 2. The Solano College Falcons and your American River College Beavers. The Falcons will send up Kaylee Hawkins, the catcher, then Mia Valenzuela, the third baseman, and Lindsey Feinstein, the left fielder. Or Feinberg, excuse me. I don't know who got into my book and wrote Feinstein. I don't know. Maybe it's a political statement. I'm not sure. But we apologize to Lindsey. A 400 hitter shouldn't have to go through all that. Here's McKay's first pitch. It is in there for a strike. Taylor McKay, 4-3 on the season, a 2.82 ERA for the Beavers. Bray Romero getting the win in the first game. She picked up her fifth win of the season to improve to 5-2. Hawkins was 1 for 1 in that first game. She takes that one low and inside for a ball, 1-1. Hawkins had a walk and a sacrifice and a single, scored a run in that first game. Scored one of the runs in the 3-run fifth for the Falcons, in which they momentarily tied the game at 3, and then the Beavers came back and exploded for 8 runs, capped by the Wurzer grand slam. So here's Hawkins, 1 ball and 1 strike. That's it high up in the air, left center field, moving over the left fielder, and that is Alexa Garcia out in left field, and she pulls that one in for the first down, and Hawkins is retired on a fly ball to left field, which will bring up Mia Valenzuela. She came on as the defensive replacement there in the bottom of the fifth, but this will be her first at bat of the day. Mia is hitting a .333 clip, 10 for 30 on the season, so very impressive for the freshman third baseman. McKay's pitch, and Valenzuela takes inside for a ball. Alexa Garcia, as we mentioned, in left. Sophie Peterburg's out in center. Jaden Diaz is in right for this second game at third. Bella Garcia, Morgan Montgomery at short. Kelly Capps moves into second base, and Jacqueline Young is over at first. 1-0 pitch coming up. Chop foul. Behind the plate, Hannah Peterburs, and on the mound is Taylor McKay. So Capt was in left field. She moves into second base. Alexa Garcia did not play in the first game. She is out in left field. And Hannah Peterburs, who is the designated player, she is behind the plate in this one. That one is fouled back. Jordan Wurzer was the catcher in the first game. She is the DP in this game, so she will be in the batting lineup for the Beavers. 1-2 now on Mia Valenzuela. Swing and a miss, got her on strikes. So 2 outs quickly here in the top of the first, and Lindsey Feinberg coming to the plate. Lindsey hitting .400 coming into the day, but she was 0 for 3 in the first game. Grounded out, flied out, and struck out. So she's looking for her first hit of the day up here against Taylor McKay with 2 outs in the top of the first. Beavers trying to improve their record to 11-5 on the season. They got their 10th win in the opener. Feinberg swings and misses. 0-1. McKay 22 strikeouts and 4 bases on balls so far this year. As we mentioned, 4-3 with that 2.82 ERA. 0-1 pitch, thought about it, didn't go after the high fastball. 1 ball and 1 strike. Batting fourth today for the Falcons, Nia Watts. The first baseman, Isa Allegra, hitting fifth. She had a home run in Game 1. Alexis Certeza is the second baseman, batting sixth. Christy Regalado, the center fielder, hits seventh. Madeline Bruce is out in right field. She hits eighth, and batting ninth is Ariel Sanchez, the shortstop. Naisith Gonzalez is the pitcher for Solano in the second game of this twin bill. So Valenzuela, a newcomer at third base, and Madeline Bruce out in right field for the Falcons in Game 2. 2 balls and 1 strike on Feinberg. She watches that one outside corner, misses that outside corner, so she's ahead in the count. 3 balls and 1 strike. Falcons were shut out the first 4 innings of the first game, came up with 3 in the fifth to tie it at 3, and then the Beavers exploded for 8 to end the ball game. 3-1. And Peter Burrs behind the plate for Taylor McKay. That was called strike 2. 3 balls and 2 strikes now. 2 outs here in the top of the first. Wind blowing out again. We saw 2 home runs in the first game. Wouldn't surprise if we saw 1 or 2 more here in this one. Feinberg waits. 3 balls, 2 strikes. And it's called strike 3. 1-2-3 inning. McKay, 2 strikeouts. We go to the bottom of the first. Falcons nothing. Beavers coming to bat.
Here at Super Taco, we specialize in authentic Mexican food. One of the reasons we are different from other places is that we make everything from scratch. You get a great value when you come here, large portions and quality food. Our most popular dishes are many different kind of tacos. We have giant burritos, different kinds of enchiladas, and the fajita. If you're ready for real Mexican food, stop in at a Super Taco. We love to see you.
I love baking. I've been doing it my whole life. Grateful Bread was started because I needed the job. Personally, the most rewarding part is about eating it. It always used to seem like bread was just an afterthought, and which was always kind of disappointing. But now, as not only people, foodies and people eating, they're expecting better quality, and people notice it, they can see it.
Now back to the action right here on Stones Radio Network.
Going to the bottom of the first here, the Beavers will send up Bella Garcia, Sophie Peterburs, and Jacqueline Young against Naisith Gonzalez, the pitcher, left-hander for the Falcons. She is 0-1 on the season, just 7 2/3 innings pitched, so she will take the mound for Game 2 against the Beavers. Falcons 3-11 on the season now after the loss in Game 1. And here is Bella Garcia, 477 on the season, 1 for 3 in Game 1. And she started that big rally in the fifth with a sharp single back up the middle. Gonzalez to the plate, and Bella takes a ball down low. 1 ball and no strikes. Valenzuela up close at third base. Nia Watts the same over at first. That one's hit sharply down the first baseline, but foul. Bella Garcia, freshman out of Rockland, hitting at that 477 clip, as we said, 1 for 3 in the first game. And she's going to try to start something off here for the Beavers in the bottom of the first. Sophie Peterburs is on deck. And then Jacqueline Young. Here's the 1-1. Oh, nice off-speed pitch, but just a little bit high. Must have been a little bit high. 2-1 on Garcia. Gonzalez pulling the string on that one. Well placed.
Regulators?
2 balls and 1 strike.
Got you. We damn good.
That one swung on and missed. Another off-speed pitch. Garcia went for that one, so it's 2-2 on Bella. Had an RBI as well in the first game, a ground fielder's choice. Picked up her 8th run batted in of the season. 2-2 pitch coming up. hits it out to shortstop. Sanchez is going to have to hurry. She's got it. Did she get her at first? And yes, she did. Good stretch over at first by Nia Watts as Garcia hit that, waited for that off-speed pitch, hit it out to shortstop. Sanchez doesn't take a lot of time thinking about it. She just gunned it over to first base, and the stretch by Watts got Bella Garcia. So one out here, Sophie Peterburs. 324 on the season. 0 for 1 in game number 1, but she did reach base a couple of times on a walk and a sacrifice, which was misplayed, and so she scored 2 runs, but just 1 official at bat. She's playing center field, and she shows bunt, pulls it back, and it's a ball, 1-0. Jacqueline Young to follow. Hannah Peterburs in the cleanup spot. She'll bat fourth. Sophie hitting from the left side. Center fielder ahead in the count, 1 ball and no strikes. Naismith Gonzalez on the mound. Here's the pitch. That one's high and outside, 2-0. Peterburs showing the slap or the bunt, so coming in is Valenzuela and Watts from the corners. Head in the count, 2 balls and no strikes. Just getting started here, game 2 of the doubleheader. Beavers won game 1, 11-3. She shows bunt again, and that one's inside, barely missed her. So 3 pitches, not really that close to the strike zone. It's a 3-0 count on Sophie Peterburs. Our partner, the Bird, has taken over not only the scoreboard, but he's also doing the PA announcing. So it promises to be a wild game, too. 3-0 pitch down low, ball 4. So Sophie getting on base a lot in this doubleheader. She's at first with just 1 out. And here's Jacqueline Young. 1 for 1 in the first game, Jacqueline Young. She's hitting 289. Singled in the first and singled in the fifth and scored. She also walked in the third. So if I'm reading that right, she singled and walked in the third and walked again in the fifth. So just 1 hit, but 2 walks for Jacqueline Young. The right-hand hitting first baseman is up here now with Peterburs down at first. She shows bunt. There goes the runner. The throw is going to be late to second base as Sophie was already basically on the base before the ball was thrown. And so she is down at second with a stolen base. And it was a called strike on Jacqueline Young, the sophomore out of Casa Roble. So she has a chance to pick up an RBI. She has 2 home runs in the season and 6 runs batted in. That one is high and outside. Evens the count, 1 ball and 1 strike. So Jacqueline comes in 2 home runs, 6 runs batted in. Right-handed hitter against the left-hander Naismith Gonzalez. Pitcher, outfielder, first baseman. That one is an off-speed pitch, just a little bit high. She's trying to drop those in. That's the second time she's tried it in the first 3 hitters and not getting the call there. So it is 2 balls now and 1 strike. Slightly open stance by Jacqueline Young. That one is a little bit high. That was high, 3-1 on Young. Hannah Peterburs is on deck. She had a hit in the first game. Then Jordan Wurzer batting 5th. Morgan Montgomery 6th. Kelly Capps hitting 7th. Alexa Garcia 8th. And Jaden Diaz is hitting 9th. Here's the 3-1. It's down the dirt ball 4. There goes the runner as it gets away from the catcher. And she slides in, and she is safe at third base. A lot closer than I thought it would be for her to advance to third base, but she does. Second walk in a row issued by Gonzalez. So Young is down at first. First and third, 1 out. And here's Hannah Peterburs. 240 on the season, 1 for 3 in game number 1. That one was a double that went all the way in the fence in that big 5th inning. Also grounded to the pitcher and flied to center. So she hit the ball well twice in that first game. Up here in a situation where she's got a chance to plate Sister Sophie at third base. First pitch is a little outside for a ball. Young did not go at first base, so she's staying put over there. 1 ball and no strikes. Jordan Wurzer on deck. One ball, no strikes on Hannah. Takes that one down low as well, 2-0. So a ground out by Bella Garcia, then consecutive walks to Sophie Peterburs and Jacqueline Young. Peterburs has found herself over to third on a wild pitch and a stolen base. Young down at first base, 2-0 on Hannah Peterburs. Gonzalez taking her time getting her sign, taking too long for Hannah, so she steps out. 2-0. Werzer waits. Valenzuela, Sanchez, Certeza, and Watts in the infield. That one's hit high up in the air, short center field, coming on the center fielder. She makes the catch. The tag at third base. The throw will be cut off. It's a sacrifice fly for Hannah Peterburs, and Sophie scores for the first run of the game for the Beavers. RBI for Hannah. Staying at first base, Jacqueline Young.
Number 22,
That brings up Jordan Werzer. And there's a meeting at the mound as they remember about a half an hour ago, the last time Jordan came to the plate. She ended game one with a grand slam home run, capping an 8-run fifth inning for the Beavers. 1 run in here. A couple of walks, stolen base, pass ball, and a sacrifice fly. And that's how the run scored. Young down at first base with 2 outs. And the meeting at the mound went on quite long, and the umpires, usually I've seen umpires go out and break meetings up a lot sooner than this. And Stones McCoy is livid. He wanted that meeting broken up about, I would say, 30 seconds ago. He puts his time. He puts time limits on everything. When you're trying to run a broadcast, you can't have them taking just any liberties they want. Here's Werzer. Jordan is a freshman out of West Valley. 3 home runs and 17 batted in now, as that one is outside for a ball. Came in at 345. Fielder's choice, a fly out to right, and the grand slam home run for Jordan in game one. Young at first, 1-0 pitch. That one is missed somewhere, I guess high. 2-0, and Gonzalez has thrown that pitch 3 or 4 times, and she hasn't got it one time. A little bit too high, breaks down a little bit too late for the umpire's liking. 2-0 now. That one's in the dirt. Nice block by Hawkins, but it's 3-0. And I get the idea they don't want too much to do with Jordan Werzer. And, that walk-up grand slam can kind of leave an imprint on you. Morgan Montgomery to follow. No slouch there at 357. Here's the 3-0 pitch. Werzer takes it right down the middle for a strike. And I could swear I saw the umpire nod at that one when he kind of gave the nod, and then he rang him up. So 3-1 on Werzer. Looked like a strike from here. I just thought it was a curious thing to do. That's in the dirt, ball 4. So Young goes down to second base. 3rd walk of the inning for Naisith Gonzalez. 1st and 2nd, 2 outs. And here's Morgan Montgomery. 1 for 2 in the earlier game today. Morgan had an RBI single in that 8-run fifth. Also walked, grounded out. Her 6th run bat into the season, and she steps in at 357. Gonzalez's pitch is in the dirt. Hawkins blocks it, but advancing to third base is Jacqueline Young on the wild pitch. Staying at first is Werzer. So now 1st and 3rd for Morgan Montgomery. A freshman out of West Valley, same as Jordan Werzer. Look out, that's over the top of her helmet, so it's 2-0. On Morgan Montgomery. Checks with the third base coach to see what the strategy might be. That one is down low for a ball again. Gonzalez has been charged with 18 walks over 7 2/3 innings, so obviously that has been a concern. Here's the 3-0 pitch. Montgomery takes in there for a strike 3-1. 3 balls, 1 strike. Runners at 1st and 3rd. 2 outs here in the 1st inning. 1 run across the plate for the Beavers. That's hit sharply down the third baseline. Fair ball. Nice play. They're going to come home. The tag is made, and out at home is Jacqueline Young. So a fielder's choice at third. Nice play by Valenzuela to end the inning. 1 run, no hits, and 2 left. At the end of 1, the Beavers lead at 1-0.
American River College is a top-tier community college sports program that provides student athletes with the opportunity to thrive both athletically and academically. ARC Athletics is currently ranked 5th in the state and 2nd in Northern California. With over 19 sports programs, our athletes compete with the region's best athletes. Our diverse and dedicated coaching staff helps athletes develop the skills necessary to compete at the next level. Start your community college athletics journey with us. American River College, Sacramento's best athletic program. Go Beavers.
Here at Super Taco, we specialize in authentic Mexican food. One of the reasons we are different from other places is that we make everything from scratch. You get a great value when you come here, large portions and quality food. Our most popular dishes are many different kind of tacos. We have giant burritos, different kinds of enchiladas, and the fajita. If you're ready for real Mexican food, stop in at a Super Taco. We love to see you.
You're listening to coverage of ARC Athletics on Stones Radio Networks.
Nia Watts will lead it off for the Falcons here in the top of the second. They trail 1-0. She's followed by Isa Alegre and Alexis Certeza. 4, 5, and 6 for the Falcons. Watts was 1 for 3 in the first game, had an RBI. That's her 8th run batted in of the season. She came in at 306. Now with 1 home run and 8 runs batted in is Taylor McKay back on the mound. Got 2 strikeouts in that first inning on a 1-2-3 first. The right-hander delivers to Watts, and she takes it right down the middle for a strike on 1. Allegra, who hit the home run in game 1, she is on deck, and then Certeza, the second baseman. 4, 5, and 6. Taylor McKay on the mound for the Beavers. That's popped up. Going after it is Bella Garcia, but it's going to be out of play 0-2. Hannah Peterburs is behind the plate for the Beavers in this one. Bella Garcia over at third, Morgan Montgomery at short. Kelly Capps at second base, and Jacqueline Young over at first. Jaden Diaz is in right field, Sophie Peterburs in center, and Alexa Garcia in left. The alignment for the Beavers, they lead at 1-0. No balls and 1 strike. There's a line drive up the middle. That is a base hit into center field. So Watts reaches out, gets her second hit of the day. She's down at first base. First hit of the game for the Falcons, who came on late and got 3 hits in the 5th inning of the game. Just 5 hits in the game, but they got 3 of them in the 3rd inning. So that's a line drive hit by Nia Watts. And here's Isa Allegra, who hit the ball over the center field fence back in the first game. She was 1 for 2. That's the first home run of the season for Allegra, and just the 2nd run batted in. She's up here with nobody out. She's going to show bunt. She bunts it up in the air. A diving catch almost by Bella Garcia, but the ball out of her glove when she hit the ground. And as you know, you have to have control through the catch, through the ground. If you hit the ground, and the ground can cause the ball to pop out. It's a very similar rule to football. And Allegra will get another chance. Great try by Bella, but just a little bit too short on the bunt. So 0-1. Allegra, a sophomore. She's going to swing away at this one, but it's too high. 1-1. Alexis Certeza on deck. One ball, 1 strike. Swinging and a miss off-speed pitch. Nicely done by Taylor McKay. 1-2 on Isa Allegre. Came in at 400, but just 1 run batted in, so the home run, her first of the season. A little out of sorts. A lot of the ordinary for her so far in this season, which is still young. Here's McKay's 1-2 pitch. Just a bit outside, 2-2. Watts down at first after leading off the inning with a single. 2-2 count now. Took something off that one, missed the strike zone, so it's 3-2. And the Falcons threatening to get something going here in the second. They got the Watts leadoff single and now a full count on Asa Allegra. McKay with the 2 strikeouts already. That one is called strike 3 outside corner. Make that 3 strikeouts, 2 looking, and here's Alexis Certeza, who was 1 for 1 in game 1.
Now batting, number 11, Alexis Certeza.
Had a sacrifice and had a walk in that first game. Right-handed hitter, here she is. She takes a strike. So McKay pipes another strike in there. She's ahead of the count 0-1. Christy Regalado on deck, the center fielder. That's a high fastball by McKay. 1-1 on Certeza. Sophomore second baseman. Starting the day off with a 136 average. She's got Watts down at first base, but 1 out here in the second. That one is outside. 2-1. Beavers back in action this weekend. They go up to Santa Rosa to take on the Bear Cubs in a doubleheader. Back home next Tuesday, the 14th, against Modesto for a single game, and then a doubleheader on the 18th against Sac City. And we will be bringing those to you on the American River College Athletics YouTube page. That was a little pop-up towards second base. Cap's calling for it, goes out on the outfield grass and makes the catch for the second out of the inning. So here is Christy Regalado, the center fielder. She was 0 for 1.
6, Christy Regalado.
0 for 1. She did score a run, get a base on balls in the first game. So Christy comes up to the plate with 2 out and 1 on still. Watts, who led the inning off with a single, stayed there during a strikeout and a pop-up. Inside for a ball. 1-0 on Regalado. Christie showing some nimbleness up there, avoiding that fastball down around her feet. 1-0. Madeline Bruce, the right fielder, on deck, make her first appearance of the doubleheader. 1-0 pitch is swung on and missed. Good cut at that one by Regalado, but McKay got it by her, so evens the count 1-1 as Watts, who led the inning off with a single a while ago, probably feeling like, come on, let's get something going here. With 2 outs. That one's popped up. Catcher Peterburs going after it, reaches up, makes the play. Nice play by Hannah Peterburs behind the plate. So 1 single, but a strikeout and a couple of pop-ups. We go to the bottom of the second. Beavers lead this one 1-0.
I love baking. I've been doing it my whole life. Grateful Bread was started because I needed the job. Personally, the most rewarding part is about eating it. It always used to seem like bread was just an afterthought, and which was always kind of disappointing. But now, yes, not only people, foodies and people eating, they're expecting better quality, and people notice it, they can see it.
American River College is a top-tier community college sports program that provides student athletes with the opportunity to thrive both athletically and academically. ARC Athletics is currently ranked 5th in the state and 2nd in Northern California. With over 19 sports programs, our athletes compete with the region's best athletes. Our diverse and dedicated coaching staff helps athletes develop the skills necessary to compete at the next level. Start your community college athletics journey with us. American River College, Sacramento's best athletic program. Go Beavers.
You're listening to coverage of ARC Athletics on Stones Radio Network.
Bottom of the second, Beavers lead at 1-0. It'll be Kelly Capson, Alexa Garcia, and Jaden Diaz, 7, 8, and 9 against Naisith Gonzalez, who got herself in trouble in the first inning with 3 walks. The Beavers push 1 run across the plate on a Hannah Peterburg's sacrifice fly, scoring Sister Sophie. And here's Kelly Caps, who was 2 for 3 in the first game, came into that game at 323, so that a little bit higher now. Playing at second base. First pitch is high for a ball. Kelly in left field for game 1, moves into second base and lets the on-deck hitter Alexa Garcia take over in left field in this second game. Right-handed hitter. She hits that one out sharply to the right of shortstop. Sanchez has it across the diamond in the dirt on a hop, picked over at first by Watts. Nice play on both ends by the Falcons, especially Naya Watts over at first base, following that one as it bounced up to her, and she retires Caps 6-3. 1 out, and here's Alexa Garcia. Did not play in the first game, a .290 batting average, 2 home runs, and 13 runs batted in for the left fielder. Freshman out of Rockland.
Alexa Garcia.
Diaz to follow, 1 out here in the second. First pitch is very high for a ball, 1-0. Jones McCoy still, he has not really recovered from the way he looked when he got here for the first game, and he's still doing stretching exercises 4 hours after he got here, which is not a good sign. First pitch is, that pitch is a called strike. Wasn't the first pitch, it was the second pitch, but it's now 1-1. He got me all discombobulated watching him obviously suffer through life. 1-1. That one is a little bit outside. 2-1 on Alexa Garcia. Caps grounded out to open the bottom of the second. And Garcia now with a 2-ball, 1-strike count. Diaz on deck, the number 9 hitter in the order, Jaden Diaz. That one's hit high up in the air to right field. Going back is Bruce. Going back, reaches up, and a nice play in right field by Madeline Bruce. Going to her right into right center field and robbing Alexa Garcia of probably 2, maybe 3 bases. So good play by the Falcons. 2 outs, and here's Jaden Diaz. Jaden came on in the first game and got herself a bunt single and a pinch hit opportunity. I believe she picked up an RBI on that bunt single as well. Yes, she did. So she's up here with 2 outs and nobody on in the second. Left-hand hitting right fielder out of Cesar Chavez High. Shows bunt right away, pulls it back, and then she bunts it right out in front of the plate. It might hit the bat, though. Throw to first, and she is safe. Just wanted to see the bat rolled out into the field to play. If the ball would have hit it, she would have been out, but well done by Diaz to bunt it and to have the bat avoid the ball. She's got 2 singles in 2 appearances today, and here is Bella Garcia. Bella grounded to short back in the first, so she is 0 for 1, 1 for 4 on the day with an RBI.
Bella Garcia.
So 2 outs, 1 on. First hit of the game by the Beavers goes about 8 feet. We'll say 10. Garcia looks like she's going to lay it down, but she lets it go, and it's a ball. 1 ball, no strikes on Bella Garcia. Also a freshman, also out of Rockland. She shows bunt again. That one very high, and the runner at first is going, and easily into second is Jaden Diaz with a stolen base. Naisith Gonzalez likes to change speeds, but she doesn't really have a real fastball. So Stones McCoy pointed out off the air, he expects to see the Beavers doing a lot of running here as the ball takes a little while to get to the plate. And that time, very true, as Diaz was easily in at second base, now in scoring position for Bella Garcia. She looks at one, and that's in there for a strike. 2-1. middle of the field, wide open in the infield as Certeza is pulled over toward first base, and at shortstop Sanchez is kind of cheating over to third base in case the runner goes. Here's the pitch. It's in the dirt. Nice block by Hawkins. That saved an advancement out there by Diaz, but 3 balls now and 1 strike on Bella Garcia.
3 balls.
3-1. Left-hander against left-hander with left-hander Sophie Peterbers on deck. That's hit up high in the air, foul down the third baseline, going after it over there, Valenzuela. She makes a beautiful backhanded catch to end the inning. So no runs, 1 hit, 1 left at the end of 2. The Beavers lead at 1-0.
American River College is a top-tier community college sports program that provides student-athletes with the opportunity to thrive both athletically and academically. ARC Athletics is currently ranked 5th in the state and 2nd in Northern California. With over 19 sports programs, our athletes compete with the region's best athletes. Our diverse and dedicated coaching staff helps athletes develop the skills necessary to compete at the next level. Start your community college athletics journey with us. American River College, Sacramento's best athletic program. Go Beavers.
Here at Super Taco, we specialize in authentic Mexican food. One of the reasons we are different from other places is that we make everything from scratch. You get a great value when you come here, large portions and quality food. Our most popular dishes are many different kind of tacos. We have giant burritos, different kinds of enchiladas, and the fajita. If you're ready for real Mexican food, stop in at a Super Taco. We love to see you.
I love baking. I've been doing it my whole life. Grateful Bread was started because I needed the job. Personally, the most rewarding part is about eating it.
Now back to the booth right here on Stones Radio Networks.
Stones McCoy asleep at the wheel as he was the winner of the sing-along between innings. Bird organizing the sing-along, and Stones McCoy was just impressive. First time I've seen him wake up today, and he was just killing it. I will inquire as to the nature of that song in a minute, but first we've got Madeline Bruce, who made a fine running catch in the bottom of the second, and she's up for her first time. She takes a called strike on the inside corner. Madeline, and then Azaria Sanchez and Kaylee Hawkins, 8, 9, and 1 for the Falcons here in the top of the third. They trail it 1-0. He hits that one high up in the air to left center field. Moving over is Peterbers, and she's going to have it. Sophie Petersburg makes the catch as Bruce flies to center field and brings up Azaria Sanchez, the shortstop. 1 for 2 in game number 1. Came in at 0.83, but again, 1 for 2. So Bruce flies out to start the inning. Sanchez and then Hawkins on deck. Freshman infielder Azaria Sanchez. Wide open stance from the right side against Taylor McKay. She pops that one over to the right side, but that is out of play. 0-1. Has the left foot pulled back, and then as the McKay goes into her windup, she pulls that and makes it pretty much a squared up stance. 0-1. That one's hit sharply out toward shortstop. Montgomery to her left picks it up and guns it across the diamond for the second out, which will bring up the leadoff hitter, Kaylee Hawkins, in the dance-off, sing-off between innings. Stones McCoy was the winner. I came in third. But a respectable third, I think. It's just that they don't understand. The judges don't understand my moves. They're very subtle. Sometimes almost like I'm not moving at all. Stone's a little more flashy, knowing the lyrics and everything. And it does help. Here's Hawkins, who flied to left to start off the game. 1 for 1 in game 1. Takes that one inside for a ball, 1-0. It's just all part of the deal here when you come out to American River College Beaver softball. You got dance contests, sing contests. Bird was putting on quite the display between games, dancing with various people that just walk by. That's what happens around here. 1-0 pitch. That is in there for a strike, 1-1. Although after the way I saw him dancing between innings, I think Stones might be down there behind the backstop between games at a future doubleheader. Got a lot of doubleheaders coming up on Saturdays. And I think the Stones dance-off at between games would be a credible feature. 1-1. Little pop-up. Nice play by the pitcher, McKay, on a little blooper to retire the side. 1-2-3. We go to the bottom of the third. It's the Beavers 1, the Falcons nothing.
Now back to the booth right here on Stones Radio Networks.
Now batting number 10, Sophie Peterburs. That's what I just heard from the PA announcer. She was followed by Jacqueline Young and then sister Hannah Peterburs. In the bottom of the third against Naisith Gonzalez, who's made it through 2 innings with just a single hit and a run back in the first. One hit and 3 walks so far by Gonzalez. And here's Sophie, who got the base on balls and scored back in the first.
What's her batting average? Does she get on base 249?
That one is outside. Sophie hitting at 324 coming into the doubleheader. She was 0 for 1 in game 1. 1 ball and no strikes. Corners are in. Watts and Valenzuela. She looks at that one and it gets by the catcher. And I think it hit her, so she'll go down to first base. So Sophie is hit by a pitch. She's on base for the second time. And here comes Jacqueline Young, who walked her first time.
Now batting, number 16, Jackie Young.
Jacqueline Young, 2 home runs and 6 runs batted in, was at 289 before the day started. She was 1 for 1 in game number 1 with a couple of base on balls. And she has a base on balls in this one so far. There goes the runner, swung and a miss, and it's a bluff at first base. As the off-speed pitch had Jacqueline Young out ahead of it, so it's 0-1, and she takes a timeout and steps down, looks at Darren Delgado coaching down at third base, and steps back in here. Right-handed hitter against the left-hander Naisith Gonzalez. There goes the runner again, and this time she does go, and the throw is going to be a little bit late as going down to second base. Sophie Peterburs gets her second stolen base of the game, and as Stones McCoy predicted earlier that the Beavers would be running on Gonzalez. Not really Kaylee Hawkins, nothing she can do behind the plate as the runner was almost there already. 1 ball, 1 strike on Young. That is a little bit high. That's the pitch that she fiddles around with the top of the strike zone and not getting the call right now. Gonzalez falls behind 2 balls and 1 strike. Activity for the Falcons as they are going to get somebody else warming up out here. That's fouled by Young over first base. At Hannah Peterburs right on deck, running away in panic as that ball came toward her. But it was one of those squibber line drives, and so it took a while to get to her. So she was safe all the time and really didn't have to panic. 2 balls and 2 strikes now on Jacqueline Young.
Come on, Jackie.
Runner at second. Nobody out. Next pitch is outside, and there goes the runner. She's going to go all the way back now. Valenzuela throws behind her. The tag is made. She is safe at second base. Then about halfway, the throw went down to third. Valenzuela got it to second for Corteza. So that looks like Alexis Wright, who started the first game. She is warming up in the pen for the Falcons. And Sophie Peterberg, very lucky that she got under that tag at second base. Here's the 3-2. Inside corner, call strike 3, off-speed pitch. So Young out on strikes, one away. Peterburs has to stay at second base, and that brings up Hannah Peterburs. She sacrificed fly her first time up.
Now batting, number 8, Hannah Peterborough.
Had a double in the game earlier today. She was 1 for 3 in that game, came in at 240. Hit a fly ball to center field to played her sister in the bottom of the first. That's the only run of the ball game right now. And she's up here with 1 out and Sophie at second base. She pops that one out of play. Trying to time Gonzalez's off-speed offerings. The Beavers trying to get used to it, and Peterburg's found that one out of play. Almost squared it up. Jordan Wurzer on deck. We are in the bottom of the third inning, and the Beavers lead this one 1-0. They've got a runner at second base and 1 out in an 0-1 count on Hannah Peterburs. She shows bunt. That gets away from the catcher, and going to third is Sophie. She rounds the bag. So she is 90 feet away. I think it's probably 75 feet away. I just have it. She's 90 feet away. I know. That's me. That's my bad. I can't blame that on Stones. I could blame it on the music, but I don't think I will. Blame it on my cluelessness. 1-1. The left-hander Gonzalez. The 1-1 pitch. Shows bunt. Bunts it down the first base line, but it's foul. Picked up by Watts, and she was making a nifty little play. She was picking it up, trying to tag Peterburg's going by and then throw it home to catch the other runner. But it was just a little bit foul. So it's now 1-2 on Hannah. Sophomore out of Roseville. Watts is in close at first base. Even with the bag at third is Valenzuela. So we get ready for the 1-2 pitch to Peterburs. That's chopped foul. She's just protecting. It was a little bit high, but it got on her, and she kind of panicked and fouled that one back to the screen. Spoiled it and got herself another chance. Jones McCoy seems to be telling me they're 60-foot bases. And since he's got documentation, I'm going to have to believe him. He just wants my job is basically what's going on. 1-2. Popped up again. That might stay on the field of play. Hawkins comes back, and she can't get it. It's in the corner right back on the backstop. So about as far away as you can get for a catcher. She didn't really see it at the beginning and tried to run it down. No chance for Nia Watts at the first base, from first base to come in and have a shot at it. So Peterburg's still alive up there. 1 ball and 2 strikes. That's outside, ball 2. Jordan Wurzer to follow. Sophie Peterburs down at third base. She was hit by a pitch, stole second, went to third on a wild pitch. Young took a call, third strike, and now Hannah Peterburs up here with a 2-ball, 2-strike count. Hit sharply into left field for a base hit. So Hannah gets the RBI single. It's 2-0 now. As Sophie scores the second run of the game. She's got them both. Second hit of the game for the Beavers. And here's Jordan Wurzer, who walked her first time up and ended game 1 with a grand slam home run to cap an 8-run 5th inning for the Beavers. Jordan at .345 coming in. She was 1 for 3 in that first game and now has 3 home runs on the season and 17 runs batted in. Hannah Peterburs down at first base. Werzer takes on the inside corner. Good-looking pitch from Gonzalez. That's the one that got Jacqueline Young on a call third strike. 0-1 on Jordan Werzer, freshman from West Valley, catcher infielder. She was behind the plate in game one, the DP in this one. She hits that one sharply up the middle. That's in the center field for a base hit. Peterborough is going to round second. She's going to go to third. The throw comes in. She slides. She's safe. And going to second, Jordan Werzer very alertly going to second on the throw. So second straight hit for the Beavers, second of the inning. Werzer goes to second on the throw to third. And that'll bring up Morgan Montgomery.
Number 5, Morgan Montgomery.
So Montgomery coming up to the plate here. She's got runners at second and third. Just one out here in the third. One run across the plate, so it's 2-0 in favor of the Beavers. Montgomery 357 coming into the day, 1 for 2 in game one. Ended the first inning with a fielder's choice. As the Falcons talking things over out there, going over the strategy of what they want to do. And again, as long as the manager isn't involved, they seem to let the people talk for as long as they want to, which drives Stones crazy, of course, because he's got everything on a set schedule. But here's Morgan Montgomery. Valenzuela in at third. In at first is Watts. In fact, the entire infield is pulled in now. Just one out. Montgomery swings and hits it down the third baseline. Nice play by Valenzuela. She's going to go home, and the tag is applied. A good play by the Falcons to cut down the runner at home plate. So another fielder's choice for Montgomery. Moving to third is Werzer. Peterborough was going on the contact, and just a nice play by Valenzuela. She backhanded it to third and got it into Kaylee Hawkins, who applied the tag and got her at home plate. So now first and third, still now two outs.
Number 12,
And Kelly Capps coming to the plate. She was retired on a sharp grounder to shortstop back in the second, so Kelly is 0 for 1, 2 for 4 on the day after entering with a .323 average. Montgomery at first, Werzer now at third. That's in the dirt. Nice block by Kaylee Hawkins, and no advance for Montgomery at first. So it's 1 ball and no strikes on Capps. Alexa Garcia on deck. Right-handed hitting Kelly Capps, the second baseman. She hits it sharply down to third. Valenzuela scoops it up, takes her time across the diamond, gets her at first. So good inning for Mia Valenzuela at third. 1 run on 2 hits and 2 left. We go to the top of the fourth. It's the Beavers 2 and the Falcons nothing.
Beat by DJ Stones.
Now back to the booth right here on Stones Radio Network.
As we move into the top of the fourth, game 2 of the doubleheader between the Beavers and the Falcons. AR won game 1 11-3 with an 8-run fifth inning, and they are ahead 2-0 as we go into the top of the fourth. We will have a Stones-McCoy breakdown as we go into the top of the fifth, but for right now it's Mia Valenzuela for the Falcons, the third baseman coming in at .333, 0 for 1 in this one. She struck out back in the first inning against Taylor McKay. She takes a strike, 0-1. Lindsey Feinberg and Nia Watts will follow Mia, 2, 3, and 4 in the Falcons lineup. actually got out of that bottom of the third about as well as they could, just allowing one run to the Beavers, cutting down a runner at the plate. She bunts at that one. I think it hit her as she was in the batter's box, so it's a foul ball. 0-2. Referees. Umpires are both right on that one. They can call them referees if they want. They're baseball referees. That's an umpire. No, they don't make charge calls in 3 seconds and that, but they were I was going to say they were both right on the calls. I'm just trying to give them credit, but you have to nitpick as always. 0-2 pitch sails high and outside, 1-2 on Mia Valenzuela. Freshman infielder playing at third base, and she's been center of a lot of action over there at third base, throwing a couple of runners out at home plate, as a matter of fact. 1-2 pitch coming from McKay. Swung on and fouled in the catcher's glove, strike 3. Fourth strikeout for McKay, second time for Valenzuela, and here's Lindsey Feinberg, who struck out looking back in the first. Lindsey 0 for 4 today, came in at 400 on the season, the freshman outfielder, but so far hasn't been able to break into the hit column. The right-hand hitting left fielder against the right-hander Taylor McKay. That one's hit high up in the air to short right center field. Going out the center fielder, coming in is Petersburg's nice sliding catch by Sophie Petersburg in short right center field for the second out. She was the only one that could get there. Diaz was a little bit too far over toward the line to get there, and Petersburg came in and made a fine sliding catch in short right center field for out number 2, and Nia Watts comes to the plate. Nia with a base hit back in the second inning.
Now batting number 20, Nia Watts.
306 coming in today. Had a hit in game 1, has a hit in game 2. She takes high for a ball. Nia 1 for 3 with an RBI single in a 3-run fifth for the Falcons back in game 1. Her 8th run batted into the season. That one's chopped foul down the third base line. Evens the count at 1-1, picked up over there by Bella Garcia. And returned to its rightful owner, the pitcher, Taylor McKay. Baseball going on right now. But unfortunately, I can't see the scoreboard well enough from here to give you an update on it. I do know it is the Delta Mustangs against the Beavers. That one's hit well to left field but foul, and that is onto the baseball field. As we just said, maybe they'll have to stop the game. That's right. Maybe that will just out Dominic Ott out in center field there. Maybe he's going to go over and pick up the softball. We'll ask him how's it going over there while he picks it up.
Oh, what's the score? It's like 1-0. No, it's not 4. It's 5-0. I'm sorry. Dang.
Bird's trying to read the scoreboard, but he's given me 4 different readings already, so I don't know if I can trust him.
It's 5-0.
That's line foul down the left field line, out of play. Up against the fence this time, so Watts staying alive. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Jones McCoy getting out the Stones Radio Network's binoculars to check out the score. 5-0 in favor of the Mustangs, I'm assuming, or he would have said. 1-2 on Watts. Here's McKay. Off-speed pitch is hitting well to left field, going back as Garcia reaches up, and it's out of here. Alexa Garcia with a tremendous try, but Watts hits it out of here to left field, and it's now a 2-1 ball game in favor of the Beavers.
Did she rob that shit?
Tremendous try by Alexa Garcia, and she looked like she had a chance at that one. But Watts with her second hit of the game, her first run batted in, her second of the day, and it's now a 2-1 ball game, and here's Isa Alegre. Alegre with a home run back in the game 1. Back in the 5th inning of game 1. And she comes up here now with a 2-1 score. Just the second hit of the game for the Falcons, but this one leaves the yard, and we're not surprised, as we said earlier in the day. Kind of a little breeze blowing out, but that ball was hit very well by Watts.
Now batting number 14, Isa Alegre.
Bottom of the fifth on the baseball field. The Mustangs of Delta College leading American River College 5-0. I believe they've only lost one game all season, have the Mustangs. We'll be back at that one on Saturday for the final of that series. That is down low for a ball. 1 o'clock start on Saturday. ARC Athletics YouTube will carry that one, weather permitting, of course. And then we're back here next Tuesday and next weekend for softball action. 1-0 pitch just misses that outside corner. 2-0 on Allegra. Alexis Certeza is on deck. 2 outs here in the fourth. A run in on the home run by Watts. Tanner McKay, 4-3 with a 2.82 ERA. Swing and a miss on that one. 2 balls and 1 strike. 22 strikeouts as opposed to 4 walks. She has 4 strikeouts in this game. No base on balls as of yet. Just giving up the 2 hits, but they're both to Watts, a single and a home run. 2-1 pitch coming up. Down low for a ball, 3-1.
Let's go, Bees.
Falcons looking for their 4th win of the season. They are at 3-11. Beavers win in game 1 and improve them to 10-5. Down low for a ball. So Allegra gets the base on balls. First one issued by McKay. And Alexis Certeza coming to the plate. She popped to second her first time up. Sophomore second baseman. Certeza popped out to second her first time. She was 0 for 1 in game 1.
Alexis Certeza.
Allegra down at first base. 2 outs here in the fourth. McKay delivers. That's in there for a strike on 1.
Let's go, Taylor.
Hannah Peterburs came up ready to throw in case Allegra took off, or at least he wanted to throw behind her. Jacqueline Young playing in at first. Also Bella Garcia at third. 0-1 now on Certeza. Christy Regalado on deck. She hits that one. A line drive right at Bella Garcia for the out. So 1 run, 1 hit, 1 left at the end of 3.5. The Beavers lead this one 2-1.
Here at Super Taco, we specialize in authentic Mexican food. One of the reasons we are different from other places is that we make everything from scratch. You get a great value when you come here, large portions and quality food. Our most popular dishes are many different kind of tacos. We have giant burritos, different kinds of enchiladas, and the fajita. If you're ready for real Mexican food, stop in at a Super Taco. We'd love to see you.
I love baking. I've been doing it my whole life. Grateful Bread was started because I needed the job. Personally, the most rewarding part is about eating it. It always used to seem like bread was just an afterthought, and which was always kind of disappointing. But now, as not only people, foodies and people eating, they're expecting better quality, and people notice it, they can see it.
Now, back with the play-by-play right here on Stones Radio Network.
The highs and lows of softball, we experienced them in between innings. The low was when the warm-up pitch by Naiseth Gonzalez hit Stones' camera on the screen. But then the highs is when he said Stone saw his buddy Sam, the retriever. And he's down the first base line. There's Sam checking out the dugout. Oh, yeah, no wonder. That's a good-looking dog right there. Doesn't really compensate for the fact that they hit your camera with the pitch and you have to go buy a new one because it's shattered, But, you get to see Sam, so that's okay. Alexa Garcia, Jaden Diaz, and Bella Garcia, 8-9-1 for the Beavers as they now just a 2-1 lead as we move into the bottom of the fourth. Alexa flied to right her first time, and that one is in there for a strike. A fine play by Madeline Bruce out in right field. Christy Regalado is in center. Lindsey Feinberg is out in left. Infield, Valenzuela, Sanchez, Certeza, and Watts. And Hawkins behind the plate. Gonzalez delivers a high pitch for a 1-ball, 1-strike count to Alexa Garcia, hitting at .290 on the day. Did not play in Game 1. And was robbed of that extra base hit in her first at bat, as we said, by Madeline Bruce. Wind blowing out a little bit. And that one's hit sharply. Nice play at third by Valenzuela. Throws from her knees at first and got her at first base. What a play by Valenzuela. Diving to her left, throwing from her knees. A very close play at first. And Garcia's not leaving, so I thought she called her out, but she's stayed there, and the first base coach did not really agree with the call either, but a tremendous play by Valenzuela, and Garcia has been robbed of 2 hits by 2 great defensive plays so far here today. That brings up Jaden Diaz. Jaden came on in Game 1 with a bunt single for a RBI, and a bunt single to start off in the second inning for Jaden. So she's been up twice, has 2 bunt singles in the doubleheader. Started the day at 222. That's a little bit better right now, and she shows bunt again. This time she pulls it back and takes ball 1 on the inside. Hawkins is going to go out and talk to Naismith Gonzalez. Kaylee Hawkins, maybe she was expecting something a little quicker on that one, as the off-speed pitch missed a little. They do a lot of chatting, do the Falcons. That's nice. I like to see that. Good camaraderie. Bella Garcia to follow. Here's the 1-0. It's high in the air to left field. Going back and picking it off is Lindsey Feinberg for the second out. So Diaz is retiring, a fly ball to left field, 2 outs, and that'll bring up the top of the order and Bella Garcia.
Now up to bat, number 13, Bella Garcia.
She is grounded to short and popped to third. Another fine play by Valenzuela. She backhanded the pop-up right near the dugout for the last out of the second inning. So 0 for 2 for Bella Garcia, 1 for 5 on the day. She does have a run batted in. She hits that one right back at the pitcher. Gonzalez has it, takes her time over to first and gets her by a step. So a 1-2-3 inning for Naismith Gonzalez and the Falcons. We go to the top of the 5th, and it is the Beavers 2 and the Falcons 1.
American River College is a top-tier community college sports program that provides student-athletes with the opportunity to thrive both athletically and academically. ARC Athletics is currently ranked 5th in the state and 2nd in Northern California. With over 19 sports programs, our athletes compete with the region's best athletes. Our diverse and dedicated coaching staff helps athletes develop the skills necessary to compete at the next level. Start your community college athletics journey with us. American River College, Sacramento's best athletic program. Go Beavers.
Now back to the Phantom right here on Stones Radio Network.
Top of the 5th, Beavers lead this one 2-1. Checking in with our buddy Stones McCoy. And Stones, in the first game we had, the Beavers dominated the first 4.5 innings and we're leading 3-0. Our first 4 innings, and then the Falcons scored 3 times, changed the game, and then the Beavers go for 8 runs. Now we've got a 2-1 score as we go into the 5th. What do you see here?
Nice tight score. McKay's throwing really well today. I mean, she really only made 1 bad pitch, and that bad pitch cost her a run. It's 2-1. They've got what's benefiting the Beavers right now is they've got the better defense. They've been playing really good defense, not making any mistakes, and that's going to really benefit them going into these last 2 innings trying to get the win.
Yeah, I got to give credit, though, a little bit to the Falcons defense, especially Valenzuela down at third. She's playing very, very well.
Been very good.
Thank you, Stones McCoy. We will talk again later, top of the 5th. Krista Regalado is going to start us off, then Madeline Bruce and Azario Sanchez against Taylor McKay. Regalado popped out to the catcher her first time up, so she is 0 for 1. Right-hand inning center fielder. Takes inside for a ball. Christie was 0 for 1 in the first game, did get a walk in the 5th inning and score a run. So looking for her first hit of the season in limited activity, but she has played both sides of this doubleheader here today. 1-0 pitch. She takes high and outside, ball 2. umpire yelling at us because we were just trying to rock out between innings and couldn't figure out the right button to turn off the music. That happens. Come on, Blue. You never made a mistake. Come on, man. 2-0. Got to stand up for our people. 2-0 pitches right down the middle. And as soon as you turn off the music, he gives you a call. That's just got to tell you something right there. 2 balls and 1 strike on Regalado, opening up the top of the 5th here. Taylor McKay against Nasith Gonzalez. That one's popped up right side. First baseman calling. Jacqueline Young comes in. She makes the catch running in on that one for the first out. So when she saw it, it kind of had a little backspin on it. Had to chase it all the way back toward the catcher. And that'll bring up Madeline Bruce, who flied to center her first time. Hitting 188 on the season. Madeline, freshman outfielder. Did not play in the first game. Has a nice catch already in this one. Also hit the ball well her first time, but flied out to left center field. McKay's first pitch is down low for a ball, 1-0. Rosario Sanchez, the number 9 hitter, the shortstop on deck. 1 out here in the 5th. Taylor McKay looking for her 5th victory of the season. She sits at 4-3 right now. That was hit sharply into left field for a base hit. So Madeline Bruce, impressive at the plate and in the field with the single. 3rd hit of the game for the Falcons. She's down at first base, and here's Rosario Sanchez, who grounded out to short her first time up. 1 for 2 in game number 1 for Sanchez. Came in at 083. Freshman outfielder. Number 9 hitter in the order, which means Kaylee Hawkins, the top of the order, is on deck. Bruce over at first base, 1 out. Sanchez swings away, pops it up shortstop, called by Montgomery, and she makes the easy catch for the second out. So 2-way, and here's Kaylee Hawkins. She's flied to left and popped out to the pitcher, so Kaylee 0 for 2. She was 1 for 1 in the first game. Had a sacrifice bunt and a walk as well. Did score a run. So Kaylee, the catcher, up here with Bruce down at first base. Another freshman, Kaylee Hawkins. She takes that one right down the middle for a strike. McKay gets ahead in the count, 0-1. Always being around the plate helps your infield, helps your outfield, keeps them on their toes. They don't get back on the heels waiting for the ball to be put in play. So McKay ahead 0-1. That's hit out into short left center field. Petersburg, a diving play. What a play by Sophie Petersburg out in left center field. As Stones McCoy said, it's the defense. Sophie comes up with the big play. We go to the bottom of the 5th. The Beavers with a slim 2-1 lead.
Beat by DJ Stones.
Now back to the Phantom right here on Stones Radio Network.
Sophie Petersburg with a great catch to end the top of the 5th. She's going to lead off the bottom of the 5th, followed by Jacqueline Young and then sister Hannah Petersburg. As Nasith Gonzalez got through 4 innings, giving up just 3 hits and 2 runs. She does trail 2-1. And here is Sophie Peterburs, who's walked and been hit by a pitch and scored 2 runs. So she scored all the runs in the game and made a couple of diving catches in center field to help out pitcher Taylor McKay. Gonzalez, the left-hander against the left-hander. She throws the first one in and misses somewhere, ball 1. 1 ball and no strikes. Jacqueline Young to follow. Watts up at first, Valenzuela up at third for the Falcon defense. That one is in there for a strike, 1-1. Sophie ran up on it, decided she didn't like it. She's going to hold off for another one. We're in number 10 for the Beavers here today, the sophomore out of Roseville. One pitch, shows bunt again, bunts it down back to first baseman, picks it up over to second baseman for the out at first base. Good play by Nia Watts to pick it up and hit Corteza over at first for the out. So that out goes 3-4. Peterborough is retired, and here's Jacqueline Young. Nice looking bunt, but a good play by Watts. And Corteza to get over at first as quickly as she did, and they got her by a step. Here's Jacqueline Young, a walk and a strikeout so far for Jacqueline. 0 for 1. She takes that one outside for a ball, 1-0. Hannah Peterbur's on deck. Beavers would dearly like to get a little bit of breathing room. Not as much as they got in the first game with the 8-run fifth, but maybe a little bit. Young takes down low for a ball again. 2-0 on Jacqueline Young. That one is high and inside, 3-0. 3 balls and no strikes, and you will never know the degree of difficulty I go through trying to broadcast the game next to Stones McCoy, who has been just complaining the entire game and a half that we've been out here because his wife didn't wake him up when she was supposed to. 3-0 pitches in the dirt, ball 4. And isn't that the way it works all the time? So Young gets the base on balls. Hannah Peterbur's coming to the plate. She has a sacrifice fly and an RBI single, so she's driven her sister in twice, and that is the difference in the ball game so far.
Now batting, number 8, Hannah Peterburg.
Jordan Werzer on deck. And hit the sacrifice fly in the first inning, and then sharp single to left to score Sister Sophie back in the third. So she is 1 for 1, 2 for 4 on the day. That's in the dirt. Nice play by Hawkins to block that, as Young had kind of bluffed down at first base, and she would have taken off if the ball got away from Hawkins, but she's able to block it. So 1 ball and no strikes on Hannah. That one is in there for a strike. 1 ball and 1 strike. Peterborough steps out, steps back in, ready to go. 1-1 count. Young at first. 1 out here in the 5th. And that one is just a little, no, that's in there for a strike, I guess. It took a little bit longer even for me on that one. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Hannah steps out, thinking about that one, contemplating her bat. And now she is back in there ready to go at a 1-2. Nasith Gonzalez, the left-hander, the freshman. Pitcher here in game 2 for the Falcons. Here's the 1-2. That is in the dirt. Another nice block by Hawkins. 2 balls and 2 strikes on Hannah Peterburs. Two and 2. Young at first. That ball's hit well to center field, going back, and it is out of here. A home run for Hannah Petersburg.
And a home run by number 8, Hannah
She's got all 4 runs batted in. And she is the reason, offensively, that the Beavers lead this one now 4-1. We saw them going out. We thought we'd see some going out. We've seen 2 in each game now as Peterburg's waited for that one and sent it over the left center field fence. Bird, the public address announcer, just totally lost it and was out on the field almost as the ball was landing in left center field. And here's Jordan Werzer coming to the plate as the Falcons have congregated up at Pitcher's Mound. They're going to talk this one over again. Werzer with a walk and a single in this game. And we are ready to go. Here's Werzer steps in. Sophie Peterburs was retired on a bunt attempt to start the inning, then a walk to Jacqueline Young, then Hannah Peterburs with the home run. And here's Werzer outside for a ball. Jordan with the grand slam home run to end the first game as the Beavers put up 8 in the 5th inning. They put up 2 so far in the 5th inning this game, and they lead it 4-1. All 4 Hannah Peterburs with the RBI. Werzer takes in the dirt for a ball, so it's 2-0. Two balls, no strikes on Werzer. Hannah had 2 RBIs coming in today. There's a strike, and she has 4 in this game. Report from Beaver Field. The Mustangs from Delta College still leading the Beavers 5-0 as they move that game along into the top of the 7th. Here's the pitch to Werzer. Jordan hits it sharply out towards short, picked up by Sanchez across the diamond, and she'll get him at first base for the second out of the inning. So Werzer retired 6-3, 2 outs, and that'll bring up Morgan Montgomery, the shortstop. She's into 2 fielders' choices so far today. Both resulting in somebody being thrown out at home. Morgan steps in, 3:57 to start the day. She was 1 for 2 in game 1.
2 down, 2 outs. 2 outs.
First pitch is down low for a ball. 1-0 on Morgan Montgomery. Kelly Capps on deck. One ball and no strikes. That one is down in the dirt again, ball 2. Montgomery takes a look down at the third base coach, steps back in here. We have 2 outs, 2 in the bottom of the 5th. The Beavers with the 4-1 lead in game 2 of the doubleheader. Left-hander Gonzalez on the mound delivers 2-0. And that is in the dirt again, ball 3. 3-0 on Morgan Montgomery. Kelly Capps to follow. .30 pitch coming up. Look out, ball 4 inside. Montgomery down to first base. Fourth walk given up by Gonzalez, and here is Kelly Capps, who is grounded to short and grounded to third, so she is 0 for 2 in this one. 2 for 3 in game 1. Another conversation for the Falcons. There's 3, there's 2. The left side of the infield's talking, the pitcher and the catcher are talking, the first and second baseman are talking at 3 different convocations. Either bring them all together and have one big meeting, or let's go break this up. The umpire got mad at us when we left the music on too long, but he lets them talk all day. Come on.
Now,
Where's the justice?
number 12, Kelly Capps.
Here's Kelly Capps, sophomore out of Del Campo. Up here with a runner at first and 2 out. That is in there for a strike, 0-1. Cap steps back in. 0-1 count from Gonzalez. Montgomery at first base. She bluffs, and then she's going to get back. The throw behind her is second baseman Vitessa comes in behind her, but Montgomery was already back at first base. Pitch was called a strike, so it's 1 ball and 1 strike now on Caps. One pitch in the dirt. Off of Hawkins, back to the backstop, going to second base. Montgomery on the wild pitch. So she is in scoring position for Kelly Caps, who now is ahead in the count, 2 balls and 1 strike. And all of a sudden, global warming has happened, and it is 4 degrees inside the press box. So it's 3 degrees, Stone says. The alternate, I guess global warming is supposed to get warmer. This is the other side. This is global colding, which I think I just invented. Global icing is another good one. That sounds like a penalty in hockey. 2-1 pitch. Caps hits it back to the pitcher, under the pitcher's glove, into center field for a base hit, and coming around to score is Morgan Montgomery. That got under a couple of gloves, a little bit of croquet there, and it's an RBI single for Kelly Caps. Third run of the inning, second hit of the inning, and it's 5-1 now in favor of the Beavers. And that will bring up number 7, Alexa Garcia. Garcia has hit the ball very well twice and been robbed by very good plays twice. Once by Madeline Bruce in right, and once by Mia Valenzuela at third. She hits that one sharply into the hole in the left field for a base hit. So she deserved that one. As she's hit the ball hard 3 times now, and she's got 1 hit. And here's Jaden Diaz.
Now batting, number 6, Jaden Diaz.
Diaz is singled and fly to left. So she is 1 for 2, 2 for 3 on the day. The right fielder, the right fielder. She played left field before, but she's in right field now. She takes inside. Nice block by Hawkins. Keeps the runners at first and second. 1 ball and no strikes on Jaden Diaz. Freshman outfielder at a Cesar Chavez high. Bella Garcia, the top of the lineup, is on deck. Diaz takes that one to the dirt again. The ball gets away, and moving up are the runners to second and to third. That'll be a wild pitch on Gonzalez. And now at second is Alexa Garcia. At third is Kelly Caps. And Diaz is ahead in the count, 2 balls and no strikes. Left-hander against left-hander. Outfield is in. That's in the dirt, gets away, and here's going to come a runner from third, and Caps will score on the wild pitch. Moving to third is Garcia. 4th run of the inning for the Beavers, who found the bottom of the 5th to their liking so far, as they've scored 12 runs today in the bottom of the 5th, and it's not over yet here. They lead this one 6-1. Now just a single runner, Alexa Garcia down at third, but a 3-0 count on Diaz. She takes ball 4. So first and third for the leadoff hitter, Bella Garcia. And we're going to have a meeting at the mound for Solano. We'll step away for just a second. We are in the bottom of the 5th inning, and the Beavers lead this one 6-1.
back to the Phantom right here on Stones Radio Network.
Pitching change for the Falcons. Nia Watts comes in relief. She comes off of first base. Alyssa Sellers will go out and play first base. And Watts now on the mound. She's got runners at first and third. And 2 outs here in the 5th inning. 4 runs in. And Garcia looks at 1 for a strike. Bella has grounded to short, popped to third, and grounded back to the pitcher. So she is 0 for 3 in this one. 1 for 6 on the day with a run batted in. Started the day at 477. She's got Alexa Garcia at third. She's got Jaden Diaz at first. Here's the pitch, and she drops it down to third base. Valenzuela has it. He looks at the runner back, and she's not going to get her at first base. 1 run scores. Rounding all the way to third is Diaz. So it's an infield single for Garcia. She gets an RBI. Valenzuela looked at the runner going from third to home. She looked at her for just a second, and that was enough time for Garcia to beat that out. The throw got away at first, and coming all the way around to third is Diaz. Another run in. It is now 7-1 in favor of the Beavers. And here is Sophie Peterburs. She started this rally off by getting thrown out on a bunt. She is 0 for 1 in this one. It's a ground ball out toward shortstop. Sanchez is going to have to hurry to first and did not get her, and the run scores. Throw over to third base, the tag, and she is out at third base. But that was the so the run scores. It's a single for Sophie. It's an RBI for Sophie. Thrown out at third Diaz scores, and Garcia is thrown out at third. So 5 runs and 1 runner left. We go to the top of the 6th, and it's 7-1 in favor of the Beavers.
Here at Super Taco, we specialize in authentic Mexican food. One of the reasons we are different from other places is that we make everything from scratch. You get a great value when you come here, large portions and quality food. Our most popular dishes are many different kind of tacos. We have giant burritos, different kinds of enchiladas, and the fajita. If you're ready for real Mexican food, stop in at a Super Taco. We love to see you.
Oh, I love baking. I've been doing it my whole life. Grateful Bread was started because I needed the job. Personally, the most rewarding part is about eating it. It always used to seem like bread was just an afterthought, and which was always kind of disappointing. But now, as not only people, foodies and people eating, they're expecting better quality, and people notice it, they can see it.
Now back to the action right here on Stones Radio Networks.
Top of the 6th, 8-1 in favor of the Beavers. Callie Tomlinson comes on to relieve Taylor McKay, making her 4th appearance on the mound. Just 2 innings pitched so far. And she will face Mia Valenzuela, the first hitter for Solano. And her first pitch is in there for a strike. Callie, a freshman from Orem High School. Valenzuela is 0 for 2 so far today. So 6 runs in that inning in the 5th, so it is an 8-1 score. That was hit sharply down to third. Garcia has it on a hop across the diamond for the quick out. Valenzuela retired 5-3, and that'll bring up Lindsey Feinberg, the left fielder. So Thompson on relief of Taylor McKay, who went 5 innings, gave up 3 hits and 1 run. 4 strikeouts and a single walk for Taylor. She looks to go to 5-3 on this one. Has a high fly ball center field. Peterburs has it. Comes in a step. That is the second out. Quickly, as Feinberg flies to center, she's 0 for 3, and Nia Watts coming to the plate. She has a single and a home run in this one. She's 1 for 3 in the first game, 2 for 2 in this one. So 3 for 5 on the day with a couple of runs batted in and a home run. Pops that one up out of play, so it is Quickly 0-1 on Nia Watts. Mrs. Sellers is on deck. Came on in the DP spot she came on to play first base and took over the DP spot.
At least my family up here still messing with me. Hey, what is it? Whatever it is.
0-1. Fouls that one back to the screen so quickly 0-2.
I got one more.
0-2.
Oh, unless they just hit it real quick, yeah. Score one run.
That one's hit high up in the air to left field, but not deep. Coming in and making the catch is Alexa Garcia. So quick inning for Tomlinson. 1-2-3. We go to the bottom of the sixth. The Beavers lead this one 8-1.
Shall we begin?
Safety first.
I think we're ready to rock. That is so 1940s.
You're listening to coverage of ARC Athletics on Stones Radio Networks.
Bottom of the sixth, 8-1 in favor of the Beavers.
Bottom of the sixth? Yes.
And Kelly Tomlinson will come up and hit in the spot of Jacqueline Young, who was playing at first base. So Tomlinson coming up to the plate. First pitch to Tomlinson. She swings and misses. 0-1. Hannah Peterburs to follow, and then Jordan Werzer. That one's hit down the line and right, but it's slicing foul, so it'll be 0-2 on Callie Tomlinson, who came on to pitch in the top of the sixth and had a nice 1-2-3 inning as the Beavers lead this one 8-1. 8 runs in the fifth inning in the first game, 6 runs in the fifth inning of the second game, so that has been a sweet spot for the Beavers in this one as they try to get another run and close this one down. 0-2 on Kelly Tomlinson. Lines that one foul down the first base line, narrowly missing the first base coach. So we'll go back and do it again at 0-2. Getting the ball back into Nia Watts, who's the second pitcher behind Naiseth Gonzalez, who went 4 1/3 innings, gave up 6 hits and 8 runs. Tomlinson hits it sharply into the hole, into right field for a base hit. It looked like it was going to be Madeline Bruce a chance maybe to throw it at first base, but she couldn't handle the hop out there, so it's a single for Tomlinson. She's down at first with nobody out, and here's Hannah Peterburs.
No batting, number 8.
7-1 the score from the baseball field. in favor of San Joaquin Delta College over American River. But back here, here's Hannah Peterburs. She's fresh off a 2-run home run back in the 5th inning. That one's in the dirt for a ball. And had a sacrifice fly in the first, an RBI single in the third, and a 2-run homer in the 5th. So she is 2 for 2 with 4 runs batted in and 1 run scored in this one. Jordan Werzer to follow. Tomlinson down at first base. That's high for a ball, 2-0. The throw down to first base, but Sellers wasn't really ready for it. Kind of knocked it down. 2-0. Hannah at 240 coming in. She was 1 for 3 in the first game. She takes that one in there for a strike. She had an RBI single in the 5th, and she's kept going. She has 5 runs batted in on the day. Coming in with 2 as we started today's activity. 2 balls, 1 strike. She takes it down in the dirt. Nice block by Hawkins. Looks down at first base, but Tomlinson gets back safely. So it's a 3-ball, 1 strike count on Hannah Peterburs. That one is high, ball 4. So 2 on, and here's Jordan Werzer. She ended game 1 with a grand slam home run. And I believe if she scores a run here, it would be ending this one as well. But we're going to talk.
Number 23, Lacey Davies.
Oh, we got a pinch hitter. Number 23, Lacey Davies is going to hit for Werzer. So Jordan's day is done. She's 2 for 1, or 1 for 2 in the game. So here's Lacey Davies, freshman out of Rio Americano, the Raiders. Got to get the mascots in there. She's up here with 2 on and nobody out. She takes that one inside for a ball. Stones McCoy, a special affinity for Rio Americano. They were the one school that allowed him to graduate. He tried many schools in the area, but they were the one. There, it's in there for a strike. Actually, they were wise enough not to allow him to graduate. That was another institution that slipped up there. It must have been a clerical paperwork problem, and they somehow slipped that diploma through. They thought they were signing something else, and they signed that. Davies takes in there for a strike again, so it's 1 ball and 2 strikes on Lacey Davies. Morgan Montgomery scheduled as the next hitter, the shortstop. Davies hitting for Jordan Werzer. She pops that one up on the right side, giving chase as Sellers by the dugout. She tried to make the catch. I don't think she got it, but an excellent try by Alyssa Sellers over there. And a walk to Hannah Peterburs. And Lacey Davies, the pinch hitter. That is down in the dirt, and a nice block by Hawkins. 2 balls, 2 strikes on Lacey. Two and 2. Hits that one out towards center field, short center field. Shortstop goes out, and she makes the catch in short center field. Sanchez, a nice play out there. I did not see the infield fly called, so the umpire thought it was going a little bit further too, but Davies is retired, and that'll bring up Morgan Montgomery. Morgan has hit into 2 fielders' choices and then walked, so she is 0 for 2 in this one.
Number 5, Morgan Montgomery.
Kelly Capps to follow. Here's the pitch by Watts. That is high for a ball. 1-0 on Morgan Montgomery, the freshman from West Valley. In the dirt, 2-0. Nia Watts, the second pitcher for the Falcons today. She was the second pitcher in game 1, second pitcher in game 2. That's inside and low, ball 3. So it's 3-0 quickly on Morgan Montgomery. Beavers trying to improve to 11-5 on the season before they return to league play this weekend. 3-0 pitch is high, ball 4. So bases loaded, one out, and Kelly Capps the hitter. Kelly has grounded out to short, grounded out to third, and singled in a run back in the fifth. 8-1 in favor of the Beavers. We are in the bottom of the sixth.
Now batting, number 12, Kelly Cass.
Sophomore from Del Campo steps in against Nia Watts. In the dirt for a ball, 1-0. Every high school I say, Stones, you can't say that was my alma mater. So they allowed you to graduate. Okay, all right. So they slipped up where Rio was stayed firm. Okay, I understand that. Here's the 1-0. Caps hits it high in the air but foul out of play. So it is 1-1. So you just tried every high school in that general area. Okay, I understand that. So Casarola was next, maybe San Juan at the time. La Sierra was probably still around at those times. 1-1 pitch. Line drive, base hit, center field. 1 run scores, and they'll hold it up, and I think that's and make it 9-1, and that should be the ball game. So Kelly Caps with the RBI single ends it. It ends up at 9-1 in favor of the Beavers. We'll be back. Take about a 30-second break. Be back with a post-game show with Stones McCoy right after this. Again, the final score, the Beavers 9 and the Falcons 1.
Now back to the Phantom right here on Stones Radio Network.
So a good end. The Beavers score big late in both games. They score 8 in the fifth inning in game 1 and win that 11-3. And then 6 in the fifth and 1 here in the sixth, and they win this one 9-1. Stones McCoy bring you in. We talked about it before the first game, before the second game. Beavers trying to get back on track. What did they do today that makes you a little bit optimistic for going forward?
Well, again, the pitching today was very good. I mean, I love pitching to contact. It's definitely a thing that's going to get you guys going in these series, because if there's a lot of lag time here, you know, your defense starts to falter off. People start to falter off. So these are some of the things that I really like. So I love that, the pitching. And then tremendous defense again today. Really, really good defense. We could talk about the offense all we want. They scored a bunch of runs.
I want to talk about the offense.
But defense and pitching wins you games.
I know it does, but we talked about the fact that they're 0-3 in conference play and averaging a little over 2 runs a game, I believe. And we saw some big hits from several different players. That's the thing I liked. Not just big hits, but from different players. Not just one player. We had a couple of home runs today, a couple of players with multi-hit games. So that really makes me feel good as they go back into conference play this weekend up in Santa Rosa.
Absolutely. I mean, you have to score runs in order to win the game. So I don't mean that you just play good defense and you just pitch well. So it's really important that they do what they did today. You know, a lot of balls in play they put in play. You put the pressure on the defense to make plays. There was a couple that went right through center of the field, you know, right through the pitcher's legs. So all you can do is put the ball in play and hope for the best, and that's exactly what the ladies did today. And they had a big fifth inning first game and a big sixth inning the second game.
That's right. Final in game 1, 11-3. Final in game 2, 9-1. A reminder that we are back in action on Saturday on ARC Athletics YouTube with the baseball game at 1 o'clock between the Beavers and San Joaquin Delta Community College, and we're back here next Tuesday for more softball action. Check your local listings. We thank you for watching American River College Athletics on YouTube. Subscribe, and we'll talk to you next time.